So we're just going to give you some ideas of what we want to move forward with the International Society of Limnology. So just to provide you some contexts, in 2020, there has been a board that was created to review the governance and executive board of SIL to see how we could revive a little bit the society. And actually, Andreas and I were part of this. And as a result of this review, new positions were created to be part of the board. And so those new positions, part of them are a new VP in communication and publication, and a new ECR position for communication and publication, and 2 new positions for an education committee, so a VP as well, and an ECR, so agricultural scientist position. So those positions, we got newly appointed to those positions. So myself, I'm the VP in communication and publication. Juan is the ECR representative for communication and publication, and Barbara is the ECR representative for education committee. So we got really newly appointed. So it was in September. So we don't have like actions that have been already put in place, but we're working towards it, and that's what we are going to be presenting today. So so I guess we're going to start with the communication and publication aspects of SIL. So here we really need to start from a little bit from scratch, and so for this first year of our mandate, we're really just going to start to work on redesigning a new face of SIL. And so this is even more important because next year is the 100th anniversary of SIL. So we will start by creating, redesigning the website and logo of SIL. And so the website, we are currently working on it, but so in the first stage, we're just going to redesign the website. But we are also working with Barbara and Maria, the education committee, to see what we can put in place to increase communication within the SIL network, especially for young students. And so some of the ideas that came up and that Barb actually shared with us was, for example, to put in place a forum on the website. And so this will be for sure something that we're going to consider and we want to put in place, but it will come as a second time because we first need to obviously create the new platform. But here today, it's nice to have you all, because if you have ideas like this, feel free to share with us or to email us your ideas for this new website. And so really the idea is to make this this website more accessible to everyone, and some aspects actually to be more inclusive as well is going to be taken into account. So we are also building a SIL 100th anniversary committee, Juan and I. So this committee is going to be working starting next year on recreating the history of SIL. So this is really just to share with the overall SIL members about like any aspect of the history of SIL that is noticeable and important. And it will be, so the overall goal will be to create a timeline that will be shared on different social media, but also on during the Berlin 2022 Congress next year in August. And so we are looking for a lot of skills, so people that can gather information, but also people that are really creative and can create content on virtual platforms and stuff. So if you are interested to join, you can still join because we're still creating it. And but this is really just our short-term actions for this next coming year and what we are going to be focusing on as the communication committee. One of our long-term actions that we would like to put in place is really to strengthen our international network. And this will be done through the coordination of actions between European, national, and other international networks with SILs. So this will include coordinating actions with any national networks such as the Hungarian network, but also but also, for example, EFFS and ASDO, for example. So this is still in the thinking. As I said, we are still, we just got appointed recently. So again, we have some ideas. We don't know which one we're going to put in place, so I don't want to go too far on what we're going to be doing. But if you do have ideas and would like to get closer with SIL, you're welcome to reach out to us and to share your ideas, because we really want to put that in place. And yeah. And another aspect on the long-term actions that we would like to put in place is really to coordinate our action with the Education Committee. And I will give Barbara to give a little bit more details on this. But I guess, so the idea is to create new opportunity, obviously, for young students, for young researchers, sorry. And one of the new missions that SIL, one of the new mission of SIL is to contribute to addressing global environmental and social issues through a strategic alignment of the UN SDGs. And several actions are already being put in place, such as special issues in the journal Inland Waters. Also Thomas Farner, our president, is going to be presenting next year as the World Lake Conference organized by ILEC and which is the International Committee for Lake Management, and the UN. And so they are going to be all those actions together. We are trying to see how we can coordinate our actions so we can put forward young scientists to work towards this mission and this goal. Potentially some of the ideas that come up, but again, it's very on the way, and we're still talking and trying to find how to organize these actions. Is, for example, to work with the journal Inland Waters and some PIs to create groups of young researchers who are going to be writing reviews and perspective papers on these kind of topics. And but these topics will be so these I guess working papers and perspective reviews will be led by the young researchers, and they will be able to so there will be like first starters and stuff like that of these review papers. So anyway, this is like our ideas, obviously, and we really are working hard to put them in place. And so stay tuned, because we'll reach out to people, and hopefully you will be able to participate to those actions. So I'm gonna leave the voice to Barbara.
Can you just go to the next slide? Yes, so hello everyone. As Andrei said, I'm the ECR representative working with the Education VP at SIL. And yeah, Cecilia mentioned we took office in August, so we have a lot of ideas and we started working on them. But many of these are still in the idea stage. So first I would like to talk about some of the current programs that still have to support ECRs and students. Can you just, yep. So one that you probably heard about from András, because he was really good at promoting this, is the International Student Competition. The deadline is the 15th of November, so you still have time to apply. The idea here is to apply with your published paper that is from your master's or your PhD, and the first prize is to present it at the next year's conference, and all expenses would be paid by SIL. There's also the Thonon Award, which is for students from developing countries. And I think that's important to note that Hungary is categorized as a developing country at SIL. So all these opportunities are actually open to Hungarian students. So it's an award which is meant to support PhDs and master students with they get some expenses for their expenses covered for their research. And there's also a fairly new program. It's a mentorship program. The idea here is to match a more senior researcher with a student or an ECR, and they would get support from this senior member with their research, with career development, and so on. And then moving on to some of our future plans. So what we would like to do is make SIL a bit more dynamic, a bit more interactive. So one idea was to have a video series where members could record a 5-minute video about a lake that's really iconic from their country or something they're really passionate about. And these would be published on the SIL YouTube channel. This would be a really good opportunity for everyone to gain visibility and network. And as Cecilia mentioned, we would like to start some student collaborations, getting students from all over the world and help them to write perspective papers and review papers. And SIL would provide help with the writing and the publication process. And of course, we would like to have some short courses and also other learning material and teaching material on the website. One more concrete example is the new edition of the Wetzel's classic limnology book is being written now, and we would like to have the authors to record video summaries of each chapter, and this would be available for everyone with subtitles on the SIL YouTube channel. And of course, we also want to have some seminar series, and we would like to include topics on mental health, which I personally think is really, really important these days. So that was really quickly what I wanted to say, and we are always open to new ideas, suggestions, and questions. So there's my email address, so please get in touch if you have anything to say.